was my favorite state while I was through hiking the Appalachian Trail? Hi, I'm Audrey. On trail I'm known as Glow Stick, and in 2018 I quit my job in Washington, D.C. to thru-hike the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine. It was incredible. I loved the whole entire trail. But a question I often get asked is, what was my favorite state along the AT? So if you don't know, the AT runs for about 2,200 miles through 14 states, from Georgia to Maine or Maine to Georgia, depending on which way you go. I went northbound, so I started in Georgia. So I hate to play favorites, but I'm gonna do it anyway. My favorite state along the AT was the great state of Maine. Maine is a wonderful state. I can't tell you how much I loved it. It was everything I wanted the AT to be for my entire journey. Not that the whole AT wasn't wonderful. It was. I had an incredible, magical experience out there. And there were so many other states and sections that I loved so much. In close second and third, I would put Tennessee and Virginia. But Maine was just so special. I mean, the views and the scenery were incredible. You go up some really spectacular mountains like the Bigelows. It's challenging, but it's not challenging in a way that like you feel like you're gonna die, like perhaps in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. My three favorite campsites along the AT were all in Maine. I would put that at Antlers, Lake Namaconta, and Rainbow Lake Dam, all of which are in the 100-mile wilderness. The 100-mile wilderness was hands down my favorite section of the trail. It's just, it's remote, but not as remote as they say. It's gorgeous. There aren't too many people in there. The campsites are just spectacular. Often my friends and I had these just incredible campsites all to ourselves. There's wildlife in the 100-mile wilderness. I would recommend taking a little offshoot in the 100-mile if you have the time and energy to do this trail. It's called Gulf Hagass, and it's nothing but waterfall after waterfall after waterfall, and like spectacularly beautiful waterfalls. Not just like little like meh waterfalls, but like spectacular waterfalls. It was also, I did the AT in a really wet year, and in Maine, finally, the sunshine came out and it stayed out. Of the time that I was there, which was almost a month because my family and I slowed way down once we got to Maine because we didn't want the trail to end, but of the time we were there, it only rained 2 times. Whereas like, for example, when I was in Virginia, I think like we were in Virginia for over a month, but out of the month of May, which we were in Virginia for about the whole time, I think it rained like 25 days. So having it rain only 2 days was such a treat. And when it's sunny out, you have the opportunity to swim everywhere. There are so many swimming opportunities in Maine. And I also have to say that the people in Maine are ridiculously nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, the trail communities along the whole AT in general are so nice and really love hikers and help hikers and cater to hikers. But there was just something so different and special about the people in Maine. I remember going across this one road crossing where it was like out in the middle of nowhere, but several trucks went by because everyone in Maine drives a truck. And every single truck that went by stopped as we were sitting at this road crossing waiting for our friends to say, hey, are you okay? Do you need anything? Do you need a ride anywhere? Can I help you in any sort of way? And like I said, like there were always helpers along the whole AT, but it was just next level in Maine. It was just wonderful. I mean, I'm sure that there are other things that I loved about Maine, but those are the big things. And if I were to go back and hike, I mean, I'll probably go back and hike several sections of the AT at different points in my life, but if I had to ever just choose one, if someone was like, you can only go back to one section for the entire AT ever, then I would go back and do the 100-mile wilderness. Honestly, I'm really hoping to do it some year in the fall because I was starting to see fall colors when I went through, but I was a little early for the peak, and gosh, I would so love to go back when the hills are just like covered in fruity pebble colors, So anyway, I love the state of Maine. It was my favorite. But again, that's not to discount all the wonderful things about the other states on the AT. Maine was the greatest. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Happy trails. And if you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. See ya.